mentioned in your writing about Satan, these evil forces.
Yeah.
I mean, when you talk about Satan, what are you actually referring to?
Well, you know, many people may not really understand that, but there was a time I was so confused and so troubled that I was seeking meaning and purpose. I was seeking something, I don't know, as my life began to spin out of control. I mean, I got involved in like Satanism, and I was reading the Satanic Bible, and it was such a dark and troubled time. I'm just even ashamed to talk about it. And I think, you know, years later, I look back in hindsight, and I say to myself, you know, I don't even understand how I got involved in this. I don't even understand what the lure of the attraction was. I don't even know what I was looking for. But, you know, at the time, it's just like one thing after another. Once you go down the wrong path, you know, you just end up anywhere. So, you know, here I am. 30 years later, we meet in a prison.
So how does it feel to be here for 30 years, knowing that this is going to be it?
You know, it's like, you know, the expression, take one day at a time, and it's never easy, you know, being incarcerated. I have no one to blame but myself, but I realize too, because of the seriousness of my offenses, that I'll probably never be released. But yet, you know, through my faith in Christ, I live with hope. I live with, you know, encouragement. There's so much to do. Dan, today I see myself almost like a missionary, you know, here. Like, in other words, missionaries go to, like, you know, foreign lands and share their faith with other people. I'm kind of like a missionary right here behind these prison walls. So I thank God for each day, and I'm managing.
Now, if you were able to get out, would you be a missionary? Would you go to be a psychologist or a psychiatrist?
No, I would definitely not be a psychologist or psychiatrist. No, but I would be just a man who, with love and passion in his heart, would do everything I possibly can to reach young people. If things were different, and let's say I were getting out tomorrow and can start a whole new life with my friends on the outside who were involved in churches and so forth, youth ministries, I would go to like different schools, youth detention centers, wherever, to talk with young people. You know, try to just give them some words of encouragement, words of advice to just keep them on a good track, you know.
Now, you have a very large following, because it was interesting, because I was reading you're looking at the website, and I mean, you were interviewed by Larry King. You were interviewed.
Yeah.
You have communications with a number of Christian organizations.
Really very small. It's not a large following. I have maybe 15 or 20, you know, good solid friends, and some who live in this area I could see on a regular basis, and others that are far away we only correspond by mail. But I'd say I have about 15 or 20 close friends, and that's about it, you know. But other people can view the site and, you know, get whatever they can from that, you know.
When I wrote to you a couple of months ago, and you mentioned that there were missionaries that came who were visiting here, or they were going out to Europe.
A friend from Russia, actually. Yeah, he's with an organization called Russian Christian Radio, and actually he's from the United States, but he and his wife and family, they are living in Moscow right now, where they run the ministry from there. So it's interesting how, you know, people from all walks of life. I'm not Russian descent, but I have friends in Africa, you know, people I write to, Russia, different places, and, you know, they're all devout Christians, and we have a lot in common.
Your writing, because you happen to be a very good writer.
Oh, okay, well, thank you.
I told you that once before. I've told you that on several occasions.
Okay, well, thank you.
And so, how did your book, Son of Hope, how did that come about?
Well, actually, certain friends over time encouraged me to keep a spiritual journal. And I wasn't too keen on that one way or the other. I said, well, that's an idea. Well, they said they liked the way I write my letters and so forth, and they thought it would be a good idea if I were to write, you know, my day-to-day experiences as a Christian living behind prison walls, if I would just like kind of keep